Good evening everyone, Virixiss here, and thankfully I'm in a much better mood today, but first I have a slightly embarrassing confession to tell you. I went to go record this game, I've been chatting along and talking about some things that got under my skin today that we'll get into in just a moment. My microphone audio was off from the previous two videos I did, because I did TF2, I just wanted to do some gameplay and then do a voiceover on top of it. So I'm a little mad because the ending of this game I really wanted to record my reaction to. It truly conveyed the emotional state that I was in at the time. So, a little bit of backstory. Up until this game, I was on a 30-game losing streak. 30, 35, somewhere in that neighborhood. At least 2 dozen. I was getting into almost a depressed slump, because here I am, the guy that just put out How to Be a Better Diver, and here I am on a 30-game losing streak going, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. And, you know, I try to do the right thing, and because I record almost every game that I do, just in case I do something amazing in it, I want to do another super edgy montage, I go over them. What could I have done in this game to be a better diver? To help my team more than I did? And for the most part, I see little bitty nitpicky things, like, oh, I shouldn't have put the buoy here because the sharks were consistently coming from this corner and I should have caught it from there. I can see some treasure that I obviously did not miss because of the heat of the moment, but I didn't have major things. I didn't have things like, oh, I was sitting in the middle of 2 doorways for 4 minutes, and the Mako didn't somehow miraculously grab me, or I was 4 miles away from Steve gathering treasure when I did not know where the sharks were, or hunting a shark where I didn't know where the other shark was. Things like that. I did not have any major issues like that. But I did notice that there are a lot of people that do have those problems. And what concerns me is that these players have sunk a lot more time into this game because they're much higher level than me. Level, not leaderboards. Those are 2 completely different things in depth. We'll talk about that in just a second. But I'm level 50. I'm exactly halfway up the ladder. You know, I'm seeing level 75, 85, 95. I haven't seen any hundreds doing it, thank God, or I would have complete faith lost in this community. But major things that I think should be second nature, should be common sense, situational awareness, they just don't know how to dive, is just the end of it. You know, don't hang out between 2 door frames. Don't go wandering around when we don't know where the sharks are. Do not go hunting a shark when you do not know where his partner is. Things like this. Collect treasure. You know, if you're doing super good, you know, if you're running around like I saw somebody there, I think it was Cerebral Demon, he was running around with a DPV and a bang stick, and he was just slaughtering sharks left and right, and we were allowed to just start picking up frickin' gold forever. I didn't have a problem with that, because 1, he was keeping after himself, 2, he knew what the hell he was doing, and 3, he was actually being a proactive part of the team, because now we are free to watch our own asses, but we are also free to at least hold off on 1 shark. Because now we can go get treasure, and, you know, we have to pay attention to 1 shark. There's 3 of us, 3 guns pointed at 1 shark. That's a bad idea for the shark. So, we're a lot safer. He's doing just fine, and bleeding their tickets like no tomorrow. So, there's not too much of an issue there, but whenever you're level 95, and you're sitting between 2 door frames, and you keep wondering why the Mako comes from the same fricking doorway and eats you, I have no respect for you. So, I would love to see leaderboards available on the gamer cards when you load into the game, or at least on the depth profile. You have to go digging them up. And I would love to... I know there's nothing that can be done about the matchmaking, and the devs have already come out and say that, so I'm not going to say that, but I would love to see something like that happen. It's just disheartening to see that game time does not translate to skill, and I know it doesn't, and no one ever claimed it did. But the more time I put into this game, the more things I learn about it, and the more things I can add to my repertoire as a player. So, it's disheartening to me to see that people don't put in the same amount of effort that I do. And I'm not trying to say that I'm the best player in the world. I'm no Sean XD. I'm no Zenobia. But I like to think I'm a decent diver, and I will continue to get better as I go along. I guess I'm rambling a little bit, and that's fine. But I'm just really mad that I didn't catch the absolute elation in my voice whenever I saw that scoreboard come up. We were hunting down the last great white. Just the absolute sheer joy pouring out of me. It was vindication that, yes, I was being a credit to my team. Yes, I was doing everything I possibly could, and yes, finally, 30 games later, it made a difference. We actually won a frickin' game, and not only did we win a game, we won by tickets. We were hunting, and it was super close too. These sharks were decent. It's just, we caught them enough times that the ticket count was close enough that every time they made a mistake, we would capitalize on it. And every time we made a mistake, they would capitalize on it. And so it was really, really close and really, really tension. And I was ready up until like the last 4 or 5 tickets for sharks. I was ready to just give up and call it quits. I was almost ready to rage quit 2-3 games before this. Thankfully, I didn't. I can happily say I've never rage quit. I'm not going to contribute to that problem, but I understood right then and there why some people rage quit. If this is your 30th, 40th loss because the rest of your team cannot deal with this shit, I understand you, bro. It gets better. Trust me. So I guess I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to let the entirety of this match play out. You will see how close this game got. And you can just imagine getting this win on a 30-game losing streak where you were just at the bottom of your rope and wondering, what can I do? I'm doing everything I can to be the best diver I can, and it's not enough. And then you bag this win. Just imagine that joy and elation flowing through you, and you might understand why I'm pissed that I didn't catch it on audio. So I guess I will see you guys later. I know this is a bit of a ramble. I'm probably going to make another depth video to make up for this, and I will be probably changing a little bit of the scheduling of the channel. I'm recently going in for a new job interview, and everything's going to be based on that now. I got to pay my house bills, as it were. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video, and we'll see you on the next video.